hold onto your hats, Blue Jays fans, because if you thought the last few weeks were a roller coaster, you haven't seen anything yet. The ground beneath our feet is shifting, and the future of our beloved team's most iconic homegrown star is now cloudier than a Toronto winter morning. Are you absolutely furious right now? Or is it just me? How can the Toronto Blue Jays, an organization that prides itself on aggressive spending and long-term prospect development, be letting the future of Bo Bichette slip through their fingers like sand, while simultaneously making moves that defy all logic? Folks, the air around the Blue Jays front office is thick with a palpable sense of anxiety and, dare I say, bewilderment, just as we're grappling with the very real possibility of losing our two-time All-Star shortstop, Bo Bichette, to a rival powerhouse. With a face-to-face meeting reportedly scheduled with the Philadelphia Phillies today, the Blue Jays have made a head-scratching decision that only adds fuel to the fire of our collective frustration. This isn't just about a player leaving, it's about the strategic direction of the franchise, and right now that direction feels as clear as mud. The potential defection of Bichette to Philadelphia, or perhaps even the Boston Red Sox, who are now reportedly targeting him after missing out on Alex Bregman, or even the back-to-back World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers, who see him as a good fit for one of their weakest positions, is a gut punch. It's a stark reminder of the brutal realities of modern baseball, where even the most cherished homegrown talents can be lured away by greener pastures, or perhaps more accurately by a front office that seems to be playing a different game entirely. But here's where the bewilderment truly sets in. Amidst this high-stakes drama surrounding Bichette, the Blue Jays have made a move that seems utterly counterintuitive. They've cut ties with a power-hitting shortstop, Rodolfo Castro, a player they had just signed a mere 6 weeks ago, and even extended a Major League spring training invitation to. This isn't just a minor transaction. It's a decision that, on the surface, appears to directly contradict the team's pressing need for middle infield depth, especially if Bichette departs. Why sign a player with immense power potential, a player who set a Pirates record by hitting home runs with his first 5 big league hits, only to release him barely a month later? The reasons remain shrouded in mystery, with speculation pointing towards a potential move to Asian baseball for Castro. But regardless of his next destination, his sudden departure leaves a gaping hole, particularly at the AAA level, and raises serious questions about the Blue Jays' roster management strategy at a time when clarity and decisive action are paramount. Are we witnessing a calculated risk or a series of missteps that could haunt this team for years to come? The emotional stakes are incredibly high, and the future of our shortstop position, and indeed the very identity of this Blue Jays team, hangs precariously in the balance. Let's dissect this unfolding drama, because the implications of Bo Bichette's potential departure, coupled with the perplexing Rodolfo Castro situation, are far-reaching and speak volumes about the strategic tightrope the Blue Jays are currently walking. The news of Bichette's meeting with the Phillies is not just a rumor. It's a tangible step towards a future without our dynamic shortstop. This comes on the heels of the Blue Jays' signing of Kazuma Okamoto, the slugging third baseman from Japan's Central League. While Okamoto's arrival brings undeniable power to the lineup, it undeniably complicates Bichette's fit, especially if the team envisions a long-term future with a different infield alignment. The Red Sox, fresh off their failure to re-sign Alex Bregman, are now reportedly setting their sights on Bichette, adding another formidable competitor to the mix. And let's not forget the Los Angeles Dodgers, the reigning World Series champions, who, according to MLB.com's Theo DeRosa, see Bichette as a good fit at one of the club's weakest positions. The interest from these perennial contenders underscores Bichette's immense value and makes the Blue Jays' current predicament all the more agonizing. The rising tide of interest from these powerhouse teams makes the decision to release Rodolfo Castro even more baffling. The Blue Jays had only signed the 26-year-old shortstop on November 26th, assigning him to the Buffalo Bisons and even extending a Major League spring training invitation. Yet barely 6 weeks later, Castro was released, with the transaction ledger showing the move on Friday, though it was widely reported on Sunday. Why the sudden change of heart? Castro's immense power potential was what initially attracted the Pittsburgh Pirates a decade ago, and he famously set a Pirates record by hitting home runs with his first 5 big league hits. While he's had his struggles with offensive consistency, his ability to drive the ball out of the park is undeniable. The speculation, echoed by Spanish-language media outlets like Tiempo Extra RD and Luigi Sanchez Peralta, suggests Castro might be heading to Asian baseball. While this offers a potential explanation for his release, it doesn't fully alleviate the strategic questions. At a time when the Blue Jays are facing a potential void at shortstop, releasing a player with Castro's power and positional flexibility, even if he was destined for AAA, seems like a missed opportunity for depth. This move creates a gap at shortstop for the Bisons, a gap the Blue Jays quickly moved to fill by signing Rafael Lantigua over the weekend. While Lantigua brings versatility and on-base skills, he doesn't possess the same raw power potential as Castro. This sequence of events forces us to question the Blue Jays' long-term vision for the middle infield. Are they prioritizing versatility and on-base skills over raw power, especially in their depth pieces? Or is this a sign of a front office in flux, reacting to external pressures and internal uncertainties as the Bo Bichette saga reaches its climax? So, as the dust begins to settle, albeit temporarily, what are we to make of these bewildering moves and the looming shadow over Bo Bichette's future with the Toronto Blue Jays? The situation is a complex tapestry woven with threads of hope, frustration, and strategic ambiguity. The potential loss of Bichette to a rival like the Phillies, Red Sox, or Dodgers would be a monumental blow, not just to the roster, but to the very morale of the fan base. He's a homegrown star, a fan favorite, and a cornerstone of the team's identity. His departure would necessitate a complete reevaluation of the middle infield, a position that, as we've discussed, already needs fortifying. The signing of Kazuma Okamoto, while exciting for its offensive potential, only adds to the positional puzzle, making Bichette's fit more awkward, as the report suggests. Then there's the Rodolfo Castro conundrum. Releasing a power-hitting shortstop, even one with inconsistencies just weeks after signing him and inviting him to spring training, feels like a misstep, especially when the team's primary shortstop is on the verge of leaving. While the speculation of Castro heading to Asian baseball provides a possible reason, it doesn't fully explain the initial signing and the subsequent quick release. It raises questions about scouting, roster planning, and the overall communication within the organization. This isn't the aggressive spending and long-term prospect development we've come to expect and value from the Blue Jays. It feels more like a reactive, almost chaotic approach to roster management. The subsequent signing of Rafael Lantigua to fill the shortstop void at AAA Buffalo is a pragmatic move, but it highlights the immediate need for depth that Castro could have potentially provided. Lantigua, with his versatility and on-base skills, is a valuable addition, but he's a different type of player than Castro, and certainly a different caliber than Bichette. This entire sequence of events leaves us with more questions than answers. Is the front office preparing for a post-Bichette era? And if so, what is their long-term vision for the shortstop position? Are these depth signings merely stopgaps, or are they part of a larger, more intricate plan that we the fans are not yet privy to? The future of the Blue Jays' middle infield, and indeed the entire team, feels incredibly uncertain right now. We're at a critical juncture, and the decisions made in the coming days and weeks will undoubtedly shape the trajectory of this franchise for years to come. What do you think, Blue Jays faithful? Is this a sign of a front office losing its way, or are they playing a deeper game that will ultimately pay off? Share your raw, honest emotions and insights in the comments below. Let's get this conversation going, because your passion is what makes this team truly special. And if you want to stay on top of every twist and turn in this unfolding saga, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the breaking news and in-depth analysis. We're in this together through thick and thin.